Welcome and welcome back, Mythlanders. This is session 47 of Goblin Stone. A party of heroes have been going at it pretty hard. They managed to take a rest, but have fought their way through the highest reaches of the stone, and have made their way to a set of doors behind which the masters conduct their profane ritual. It is guarded by two more of these sort of cursed and twisted goblins. The berserker, berserker type goblins. Last session, while Merlin was shutting down the machinery of one of the masters, the rest of the party scouted forward, encountering green dragon wormlings and strange ooze creatures that seemed to be made of blood. In the same chamber, there were some broken eggs and some that were still whole, but they seemed to have been altered somehow by alchemical practices and magic. They destroyed all of these eggs, and finding a secret door in the lair of Bratst, one of the masters, thought to be by Merlin, an artificer. The party knows that, they know about Bratz, an artificer, some sort of, machine-based wizard. Another named Anglob, who seems to be some sort of dark knight. And they've heard the other referenced as Grabjack, but I don't think it's been described, or they haven't really asked Merlin anything else about them. There may be some time for that, but we'll be jumping right into action when we begin our session again. But what do you guys do? What do you all recall from last session? What did we leave out? What were some important moments? And I know Ponpon, you weren't able to make it last session. So any other details you all can furnish her with, will help us during our session. So, Big Bri, how about you?
Nothing that comes to mind. I think you pretty much covered it for me.
Okay, cool. Nick, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say there was, the dragons hurt a lot, and then that happened before, and then we tried to go wandering south, thinking there might be a way through, and kind of reached a dead end. But that was interesting. Lots of weird eyeballs looking at things. I remember that. And then winding our way back to Merlin, having completed the task, and then trying to open a chest and having it blow up. I think that was the last I remember. I've been kind of in shock ever since.
Yeah, well, it did erupt with lightning, so that makes sense. Yes. You got a few pieces of loot. Yeah, you got a few pieces of loot out of there too. A lacquered box, filigreed, obviously crafted by elves. A helm that just kind of covers the top of the helm of some beaten iron that's heavily covered, at least the rim of it, with runes. Let's see. What about you? Loquitur? What do you recall from last session? Or any questions?
I remember interesting placement of a stone wall that bought us a break in battle, and when we let that thing down, we annihilated 3 dragons in short order. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That was a nice pause. Pause for a moment.
Yeah, good use of the relic for sure.
That's right. That was fun. Yeah, 2 more
We've
times.
got a whole party of damage dealers. Like, everybody's just throwing down. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, recovering those relics, definitely. That's changed the game quite a bit. Heck yeah. Well, Ponpon, do you have any questions to get yourself sort of refamiliar and back into the moment?
I was just curious if there was any notable stat changes to Helena.
No.
I don't have bless or curse or
No, nothing like that I.
Kind of just we're out of combat for a while.
Okay. Looks like this is where I got good health.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of healing done, a little bit of maybe some potions used.
Sweet deal.
let's see here.
Does anyone want to look at? I guess can we look at the box and can I throw on the helmet and see what it does? Am I going to be mind controlled by a
I mean,
demon?
you can certainly throw it on and see if it does anything.
I might ask X to look at it, but I don't know if we have time for that. If we're going into a fight.
Well, it's up to you. So when we ended off last session, it's clearly there's 2 sentries outside of these massive doors. You all can see on the map here that there's glowing green gas that seems to be emanating from the door itself. It doesn't look like they're going to move from their position, and they couldn't see Lokag until he was right where he's standing on the map, 15 feet away from the nearest one. And only one of them was actually able to had an angle to get a shot on Lokag. So it's sort of up to you all. You all could try to retreat, slam that massive cog back into place, and then try to look at some of the items that you have found.
Okay, get stealth to the 23 though.
Are we still in Pass Without Trace?
23, that's right. Oh, goodness, okay. Well, then let me retcon that. Yes, he is stealthed. But there's nothing really to hide behind. So stealth relies in part on line of sight. Unless you have special abilities that say you can hide in dim light or in lightly obscured areas. Otherwise, if someone has line of sight on you and you're not invisible, then they're able to see you.
That tracks for me.
Yeah.
We got Leroy Jenkins situation. It's already the fight has begun, which is fine.
Well, one
Kill
of them
him quick
attacked,
Right.
but neither show any move of stepping out from their position.
That's cool. We'll figure out loot later.
Make sure. Go ahead and get Merlin on the initiative. And now that one of the goblins has attacked, I'm going to go ahead and put them on the initiative as well. As is very common, X is in the top of the order. So X, as one of them fires a crossbow at Lokag, bolt shattering on the northern wall. You can see this glowing green mist sort of billowing out from around the corner. What does X do?
I kind of want to poison spray both of these boys right in the face.
Okay.
I feel like this square gives me line of sight to both of them from here.
It doesn't. Until like Lokag was right there, he didn't have line of sight on them, and they didn't have line of sight on him. They may show up on the map, but they're just sort of like it's a conventional.
So if I was on top, then
yeah, if you were here in this sort of middle square, or just north of Lokag, you'd be able to see them both.
all right, we'll go 35 feet to here, and I don't know if I'm still stealthed or not, but I will try to shoot them in the face with poison spray, because spraying poison is fun and rewarding.
They do see you. One of them has a ready action for the first thing that he sees to fire his crossbow. So he fires as you target the both of them. And he attacks with a 20. Did that come through? Let me double check. Okay, yeah, I should be able to see that. And you can go ahead and make those attack rolls for that poison spray.
If you attack me, how much damage do you do?
Oh, 17, 20 is a hit, then... Total of 12 points of damage.
Okay. We'll do this real quick. Okay, so we still have Pass Without Trace. Alrighty.
Nice.
Well, poison spray. Lefty.
Okay. A fumble on that first roll.
All right.
Gonna use
I'll reroll.
Okay, use your inspiration reroll.
What's going on here? I'm confused. Okay, so I hit 22 for 13 damage.
Okay.
And then I'll target the other guy. 16 to hit. And if it hits, it'll do 12.
16 is their AC.
Okay. And then, because X is, the coward that he is, he's going to go backwards 35 feet with his bonus action dash. Aye!
Awesome. So from y'all's perspective out here in the chamber, in Brat's chamber, X just dashes forward and dashes right back out of the chamber. Some of you, around the corner may not even have seen what he did. But Lokag and Helena definitely saw. And Clifford. Next in the order is Helena.
You might be muted,
I
Pon.
think you're muted, Pon.
Wow.
You're just trying to build up the dramatic tension. I know. You did it on purpose.
It was entirely on purpose. Helena likes X's method, and I don't think she'll be able to do the same though because I can't get that far. Even if I dash, which I might as well, and get right behind Lokag.
Okay.
Ready for the next strike, I suppose.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, if you did 30 feet of movement, you could target this one, but he'd have some cover from the corner. So if you'd rather do that, then that'll put you in a good position for next round.
Yeah, and then I'd like to start moving rats up as close as I can.
Okay.
And Bubby to support X. Bubby's got to be by somebody, So, let's see. How far? Okay. That's perfect.
I'll toss him a piece of non-magical cheese.
Then I want the swarm to just crawl over Merlin.
He doesn't bat an eye. At first, he kind of he probably gets a little startled, and then he just kind of lets it happen.
So these guys, I'm gonna have dash as well. So that's them here. Oh wow, their little icons are moving.
Mm-hmm.
Mocking us.
Unlike other goblins their size, these seem to relish combat. They seem pretty mindless, actually. Just enough intelligence to want to kill.
Those tokens look nasty. They're terrifying.
Yeah. Can you zoom in for the public real quick? Because it's kind of worth.
They're very creepy.
Yeah, here's what they look
Look
like.
at that. Nasty.
Closer. There we go. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they're disturbing creatures. Something horrible was done to them to prepare them
Well,
for
we'll
the
have
role.
to- Well, then we are morally obligated.
It's like X and Helena are united in the desire to just kill at least these particular goblins. Send them on the other side.
When the one rat is sick and foaming at the mouth, sometimes you just have to do the right thing. Don't make me say what it is.
It's too sad.
It's too sad.
They go on a trip to the farm.
That's what we call it.
All right, so rats and rat and ratlings have moved. Helena's in position, readying her, well, Nuada's silver bow. Gravlik starts up. Actually, he is sneaky, so he can't move that far. He'll use the action to dash and try to stay hidden along the southern wall there. Merlin charges forward. His armor begins to make noise again. He kind of pushes forward that lever on his hip and rockets forward. To here. As he's charging forward, though, crossbow mounted onto his shoulder sort of snaps down, twitches in as it targets one of the goblins, the one on the right. Let's see here. And Helena, since you missed, you were readying your attacks for next round. You can go ahead and make a couple of attacks from Merlin. He's got a +7 on his heavy crossbow. He gets 2 attacks.
Okay.
Nice, that's a hit. Let's see here. And that one is going to be a miss. So he's got a D10 +5.
Nice.
15.
Is he using the bow?
Yeah, no, you all loaned Gravelix your crossbow of light. Now he's just got a heavy crossbow that sort of expands, drops forward, and targets things that he points at.
Helena is specious. She can distinguish between her individual rats, but not individual.
Awesome. Let's see here.
It's just her lame excuse. She's totally been keeping an eye on Merlin.
As he charges into the greenish mist, though, hear him begin to start coughing. I'll get the feeling that this is definitely some sort of poison gas. Next in the order is Clifford Bolt.
Well, poison gas. That's not fun. That's the opposite of fun.
True.
Yeah, I think Clifford's gonna play it cool. He'll move in front of Gravlik, and he'll kind of play like, when you're playing hide and seek, and then someone like jumps and goes into your hiding place with you, and you're like, no, you're gonna give it away, man. Clifford's gonna do that, but he's gonna be cool about it. So he kind of looks over at Gravlik and said, becomes part of the wall, holds the staff up next to him, and becomes one with the walls. And I'll make a stealth roll.
Okay. Gravelix takes one hand off the crossbow and kind of opens his, kind of waves or reaches forward, reaches up actually, pats you on the shoulder.
I'll give him a little high five.
Kind of looks at his hand for a moment afterwards. Nods, puts his hand back on the handle of his crossbow.
And that's 34 on the stealth roll.
Nice.
Yeah. With a, that's without trace.
Yeah.
And that's it. No bonus action for now.
Okay.
I guess I could drink a potion with the bonus action. Is that right?
Yes, you can.
Healing potion? Mm-hmm. I'll do that. I'm going to heal. I got a low level guy, so I get one of each, but do the low level one. That's it.
All right. Next in the order is Millie. she can move to there, and she could make a couple of shots with her crossbow, although the one goblin she can target from there is going to have some cover from the corner. Or she could dash in. What do you all think?
Take the shots.
Everybody good with that?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. Well then, X, if you want to make those attacks for her, she gets 2 at +5.
A 14, a 19, and a nat 1.
That one. Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6. And that 14 is going to hit. All right, 6. All right. All right. One of them is looking very hurt. Next in the order is Lokag.
All right. So Lokag will step up next to Leader Merlun, and he's going to take a couple swings at the more hurt one.
All right. As soon as you step in, make a con save as the poison gas billows around you. It begins to burn your skin and your nostrils.
Dope.
Excellent. Okay, so you're not poisoned. You will take half the incoming damage, bringing it down to 2 points of poison damage.
And I'm raging with bear, so
1
do I
point.
have that again?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, worth it.
Yeah, nice.
Worth stepping in. 2 attacks, both reckless.
Okay.
Do one on the most hurt one for a 16.
That's a hit.
Right, that one will do 17 damage.
Woof.
Max.
Feel free
max
to describe
damage.
or pass.
As he steps in and the noxious gas just hits his nostrils, he just goes, ugh, and he's like, the exhale, he's swinging through, his eyes are closed. He doesn't even mean to, but he just like, he just splits the goblin's head.
Nice.
And then he's kind of surprised by that one, but he regains himself and takes another swing. 27 at the other goblin.
That's definitely a hit.
For we're gonna savage attack that
Okay.
for 11
11.
damage.
Okay. Nice.
Yep. And then
Still standing.
pulse strike it.
It starts
recklessly
to move
as well?
more quickly, negating the
Ooh.
reckless attack.
Uh,
But that 20 is still
so-
going to hit.
okay, cool. And then that is 8 damage.
Nice.
Right. Cool. And that is Lokag's turn. He'll stay in there.
All right. The goblin gives a long and tormented scream as it grips its longsword in 2 hands and swings with advantage. Swinging once and twice.
19 and 22 both hit. Or, sorry. 25 and 22 both hit.
Let's see, these are going to be +2 to damage on each one.
Okay.
So 17 and 8. So 25.
Okay. 25 total. Cut
So
that in
12.
half to 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
The goblin stays put. Top of the order. X again.
All right, I'll run back to my position. Is there 2 of them there or just one? Is one of them dead?
One is dropped, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go here and I'm going to toll the dead.
All right. Let's see here. It's a wisdom save. check something really quick. They do have advantage, but that's not going to help. A 10 is not going to save it. That is precisely the remaining hit points. You can feel free to describe or pass.
X comes up there and he summons the silvery hands and he's like, "Get gone, Goblin." The hands just drag him down.
They do. It's almost like the stone floor liquefies a bit. The Goblin's dead, trapped up to the waist in the stony floor.
And then I'll go to here and I'll use my dark vision to peek up this way. Do I see any more?
No, but crawling across the ceiling towards you all very slowly, now that you're looking in that direction, is another one of those oozes. Oh boy.
Okay, X will announce the ooze around the corner and fade back 20 feet and be done with his turn.
Okay. Helena, your favorite creatures in the world. There's an ooze nearby.
Disgusting. Well, it's all red and gross. Well,
Looks like congealed blood.
difficult to want to send my rats over there. I'll have to shoot it from here. So I'm going to send my rats to distract and attack the Goblin Merlin is up on. If I can get in there. I don't know if I
They
can.
are both down. The party has taken down the two goblins.
Oh, I don't see the X. So
Yeah, for some reason, I'm not sure why. I made it so their tokens stop moving to help. Yeah, the X
That
is
does
just showing
help.
up behind them for some reason.
I don't want to send my babies there.
Well, the ooze is on the ceiling. I know they can climb, but that would have to factor into their movement. The ceiling's about 15 feet high in the corridor.
Well, first things first is we're gonna shoot him, and we're gonna shoot it a lot. We're gonna shoot it 3 times, in fact.
With the god bow, 27 is a hit. Let's see here. Double checking something real quick. These have slightly higher AC than most oozes do.
Yeah.
So that 12 is unfortunately going to miss.
No, that was the damage.
Oh, goodness. Nice. All right.
Right. That's the second attack.
25. That's definitely a hit as well.
Yes. 10. Then I'm gonna put on Septic Strikes.
Nice. 17
Oh.
is a hit as well.
Yes! I was worried about that one.
Nice. 16. The ooze is very hurt, but having fought these before, they're incredibly tough compared to oozes that you're used to dealing with beneath the sewers. These are something created here in the stone. Party destroyed the corrupted dragon eggs that were used to make these things.
Yeah, that's it for Helena.
Okay.
She has nothing but disgust. Take it out quick!
Gravelix breaks stealth. Moves to here to pop around the corner. So let's see here. Clifford, if you want to make an attack for Gravelix, he's got a
Sure.
+5 with that bow.
Cool. Got a big 12 with that.
12 is going to...
You get advantage though, right? You would have
Um,
advantage.
He broke stealth
See-
to run.
What? Running breaks stealth? Oh.
Yeah, because you have to move half
Okay.
your speed.
Oh.
Yeah, unless you have a special ability that says otherwise. So yeah, he moved more than 15 feet. So
Oh,
he doesn't get the
yeah.
advantage on there.
Yeah.
So he's going to miss. pops back around the corner, throws his back to the wall. Let's see here. Merlin steps back out of the gas for a brief moment. But he started in there, so he needs to make another con save. Luckily, he's resistant. But he is poisoned. The masters are beyond this door. We must open it quickly.
Well, what about those other 2 doors that we were in the laboratory?
I do not know. I suspect they lead to other circles.
A good idea to break the circles.
Merlin thinks that you are correct. He looks around for a moment to see if anybody argues. See if anybody has a different plan. What's X thinking?
Push onward, kill more masters.
Cliff?
Slime first.
Slime first, yeah, okay. I guess, yeah, there is an enemy nearby. So as he is firing his crossbow, yeah, he's asking what you all want to do next. Go through the door, or go back and check some of those other doors. It seems clear that Lokag, you want to go check those other circles, perhaps. So, Lokag, why don't you make a couple of attack rolls for... Did you already make attack rolls for Merlin?
Not yet.
Okay, go ahead and make it 2 crossbow attacks. He's got a +7.
Oof. Well, he fumbles and gets a 13.
Alright, roll the d6. Okay. In this case, nothing bad happens except Merlin misses. Kind of steps forward as if he's going to try to, tank the ooze's attacks if it gets close enough. Lokak, you starting to say something?
No, I said that could have been really bad. You might have hit someone with that bad shot. You need to aim, Leader Merlin.
Do not question a wizard! Kind of says without turning. Just the sound echoing in his helm. It's just a little bit too large for the goblin. What are Clifford's thoughts? What does he do next?
Well, he's going to stay his move half speed to here. I think he can see the ooze and fire away with a crossbow. That feels like the right thing to do. I'm going to do it here. Don't want to waste my...
25. That's a hit.
All right. That's 8 damage.
Nice. Pushes it back.
And 10. Yeah, he has the feet. That pushes it back 10. Does it fall off?
Oh, it's on the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, kind of strands of it stretch out as it's pushed back.
All right, second attack, another 25.
Also a hit.
For 6 damage. Another 10 feet. I don't know if you can do it. Is it every attack or is it just once a turn? I don't know.
I think the way it reads currently is each attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it pushed it 20 feet total.
Yeah.
I had advantage on that too, but whatever.
Roll them again then. Or at least the first one.
All right.
Could be a crit.
All
You
right,
never know.
I'll just roll 2d20 and see if one of them's a crit. No, not quite.
All right.
That's good. That's my move and everything else.
All right. No
Pew,
bonus
pew.
actions for
Nah,
you?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. And Clifford, have you made an attack for any of the NPCs yet?
I think I did one.
Okay.
But I'm happy to do another if you want.
X, have you?
Sorry, have I what?
Have you made an attack for any of the NPCs yet?
Did Millie, I think.
Okay. Well, Clifford, why don't you go ahead and make a couple of attacks for Millie this time?
Okay.
She's got a +5 with her heavy crossbow. Or,
Oh, 24.
nice, definitely a hit.
1d10 plus...
Light crossbow.
Some-
D8. D8 plus,
Oh, okay.
plus 2.
All right. 4 damage. Wow, wow. And a second attack?
And a second attack.
Yeah, flambe. Oh, should I roll a d6?
Yes, sir.
Not good. 1.
All right.
Sorry.
There is a pinging sound as a piece of metal within the crossbow mechanism snaps.
No.
It's not completely broken, but it'll be attacking with a disadvantage until repaired. Next in the order is Lokag.
Okay. Lokag is going to... I'm seeing what I have. I was trying to remember if I picked up any javelins, and I did not. Okay. Then Lokag will move. Oh, he's going to move out of the gas, by the way.
Okay. Starting there, you still need to make a con save.
12.
Okay. You will have the poison condition, and 3. You'll still only take 1 point of poison damage, though. Or you can use your inspiration if you want to re-roll that, so you're not poisoned.
No, that's fine. And then I will attack. I'll throw a hand axe.
Okay.
I'll do that twice, and I will throw it recklessly. I don't know.
Yeah. That is fine. That's a hit, but if you're throwing it recklessly, you can make another attack roll, see if it is a crit.
Yeah. Oh. No, not quite.
But still a hit.
All right, and then so that one, it's gonna be 9 damage.
Nice. And a second hand axe.
Got
25 is
a
hit.
25. 8 more slashing
Nice.
damage.
All right. Any bonus action?
No.
Does Lokag say anything as he charges forward, throwing his axes?
Gross slime. Ugh. That's it.
Okay. It crawls pretty rapidly across the ceiling, much more quickly than slimes you've seen in the sewers move. An aperture opens in its side, and it belches out a cloud of glowing green gas that sort of matches that which is swirling around the door to your south. It swirls over you, Millie, and Merlun. Everyone will need to make Constitution saving throws.
23 for Lokag.
Nice.
I'll roll for Merlun. Oh,
Okay.
I was going to roll for Millie. You want to?
perfect. So Millie got 20 plus her bonus, and Merlun got a 13 plus his bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody makes their saves, will take half damage. And in that, sort of hidden in that cloud of poisonous gas are strands of sticky goo coming from the creature that attempt to latch onto and pull you forward. But the three of you stand your ground and are not pulled any closer to the thing. However, there is a bit of damage. You all will take half. It's some reason not rolling. I'm going to go ahead and roll this manually. So that's 10. Half for everybody is 5, and then you're resistant to poison, Lokag, so that brings you down to 2.
Sweet.
2 poison to you. I'll go ahead and mark that on Merlin and Millie. All right. Next in the order is X.
That ooze is still there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna toll the slime on this thing. Special loot ability.
We better.
Total
Flush him down
slime.
flush him down the toilet.
Wisdom save 14.
Not good enough.
Not good enough indeed.
Yeah, 18 damage is pretty good.
It's not bad. Make sure all this can be seen. And you can feel free to describe or pass as you finish the ooze off.
Nice.
So this time the hands come out of the ceiling, and they pull the ooze back up toward the ceiling because they don't have a floor to crawl out of and claw.
Right.
So they come out of the ceiling and they just like hold on to the ooze, and he's like dripping down onto the floor, all dead.
Awesome.
It's really gone?
And then X will come back around the corner and nod at Helena. Got him.
Oh, good. Hate those things.
Merlin says, "The chamber is quiet now. The masters may be ready for us. We should prepare ourselves. Not all of us will live through this fight, but it must be done. The masters are not fit to rule the stone. They are destroying your city."
Why do you hate the master so much, Merlin?
Time for that later.
Like something a very suspicious person would say. Okay. I think that we should go back and disrupt the circles before attacking the masters. I am not one to shy away from a fight, so if we want to just maybe take a heal and not be poisoned or have a broken crossbow before we go into these very dangerous doors, I'm all for that. But
Hey,
serious face, I know you want to keep going, so if I'm outvoted, it is what it is.
yeah, well, Millie, you can take my crossbow. You take care though, right? And he'll give his heavy crossbow to Millie.
Thank you. Packs a bit more punch than the one I'm using.
Yeah, it's a little beefier. It's got a bit of a kick to it, but
Dark
you'll
underscore
like it.
Loquitur says, balance the
And
scales.
Merle, yeah, Merle, what do you think about this helmet? You think I can put it on, or is it gonna fry my brain?
It is
And he'll try to
dangerous.
get-
It is dangerous to use a magical item without knowing what it does.
Yeah,
But it is
I
also
know,
a good way to test it.
Well, I'm gonna test it unless somebody protests. If I turn into some demon, well, you just kill me right now. But
Merlin's crossbow snaps into position, aiming at you right between your eyes.
he holds the helmet like really slowly, like about to put it on. He'll try it on.
It does nothing to you.
Is it comfy?
I mean, it kind
Digging.
of shifts to fit your head, but
Oh,
beyond that, it doesn't seem to do anything to you.
well, all right. He just sort of taps it on the top, like ready for action, and he'll follow whatever lead y'all wanna. I am thinking we could at least peek in there. Whether we're gonna go running in there or not, it might be good to get a little reconnoiter.
What does the helm do? Merlin asks, sort of looking at you. cagily, the crossbow continuing to follow you.
Well, this appears to be a helm of comfort. It's just, my head feels simultaneously cool and yet warm and snug. But I don't
Master
feel any
Bratz
other
cares
effect.
nothing for comfort. He would not have such a thing, not in a chest like this.
Oh, well, yeah, this is some quality. I mean, you feel the leather on that.
It must do something else. Perhaps you are not suited to the magic within it.
Maybe?
So what is Helena doing? Or does she say anything? Poised and ready as she is?
She's curious about this helmet, thinking, if it's not quite comfortable, she has some rat pelts. You want to put them up inside there.
Oh, no, it's just perfection.
That's unfortunate.
It's very comfortable. Well, he'll wear it for now unless somebody else wants to try it on.
She kind of wants to look at these strange goblins and see if there's any sort of harvestable. They look like they would have a harvestable venom. Harvestable. I can't speak.
Lokag would warn her about the gas that's coming from them, or from that area, before she steps into it.
She's like, oh, steps back real quick. Never mind. I just thought that was them. I thought it would go away.
Yeah, there's the strong smell of hot metal and spoiled milk coming from the dead goblins.
That's nasty. Is the gas coming from them, or is it?
It seems to be coming from the door itself. There are runes set around the frame of it that are glowing a dull green. And it seems to be issuing out this poisonous gas.
It's weird when you're not a wizard. I don't have any. I have Misty Step. I could always. I can't see beyond it though.
Right.
Yeah. Unless Million has some way to spell for poisons. Some kind of, or anyone has resist poison.
I mean, I'm resistant to it. And I'm technically already poisoned. So
It's a question of is that door locked or unlocked? That's another question. If it's unlocked, we can barge through. But if it's locked, then you've got someone trying to pick locks in the poison. It'll be challenging.
Druid craft can create a gentle breeze. Is that enough to blow the poison away?
Yeah, I would say if you stood by and were concentrating, doing that every round, you could keep the poison gas from surrounding any of your allies, at least within 10-foot square. Blow it up toward the ceiling, that sort of thing. But you'd have to keep at it since it's constantly emanating from the runes. But yeah, that would definitely help. Good thinking.
I like that. I was hoping for a fan-like situation.
It's your biggest fan.
Yeah.
Ouch.
All right. You want to try to crack the door, Helena, or are we?
Yeah, if we can blow that gas back, Helena would definitely be willing to try that.
I'll assist as well if you like.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. Under cover of, we look suspiciously. Don't turn that fan off, X. Is it locked? Question.
So yeah, X, if you begin to blow the gas away, someone can move forward and check. Helena, were you volunteering to check the door?
Oh yeah.
It is locked. There's a large keyhole in the center of it, but you can't see all the way through the door to the other side.
I do have some thieves' tool.
You do.
And that one time was rusted lock. I think we'll have better luck with this one.
Can I assist and play nurse and hand like the right picks? Like, I need the 4-incher and hand you tools when you need them.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can give that.
So you get
help
advantage.
action.
Thank you.
Cool.
Oh man, that's mediocre.
Worth a reroll?
Were you helping her?
I was.
Oh, she
but-
rolled at advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 and 9.
That is not going to unlock the door.
Damn it.
Can I use my luck point to have a reroll?
Yeah, if you want to give her your inspiration, for sure.
Yeah, I'll give you my inspiration to do that again.
Okay.
Welcome to the chat, Joe.
And it's advantage again, I think.
It is.
That's much
There we
better.
go.
A 23 is definitely going to do it.
Still got it.
You're the pro.
Just had to believe in myself, you know?
Well, I believe we should get away from the door and be ready for some danger. Clip pulls out his pistol.
Alright, I'll back up then too.
Yeah.
We go to the same spot.
You did. You did. I ended up moving you by accident. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so I'd say, I don't know, do one of us want to throw the door open and see, or are we going to back up? What do you, I want to get the group, I don't know what the group wants to do here. If we want to pull forward on this or run back.
We could run back and throw something at the door to open.
We could throw a locag.
Does Druidcraft open doors? There's Thaumaturgy does, I think, but I don't know if Druidcraft does.
Locag opens doors.
We'll use the Locag tool.
All right. So if we are
Anyone want-
continuing, I'm going to go through the door.
All right. Anyone want to cast a spell before we go?
Yep. Locag uses his bonus action to keep himself raging, by the way.
Okay. I'm assuming, X, you're still using Druidcraft to continue to blow the gas out of the way.
Yep.
Okay.
Before I go through the door, I'm gonna drink that last antitoxin I have.
Okay. Okay.
And can you stack potion effectiveness?
Tell me what you mean. Like,
So I also have a potion of acid resistance,
yeah, you can do
I have
both.
and but I'm already resistant to acid from
Yeah, you
raging.
can only get resistance once.
Okay,
You
cool.
can give it to somebody else, like Millie or something. I have a potion
Yeah,
as well.
I thought we all had potion of acid resistance. So, but if we don't, someone is more than welcome to
Yeah,
this
that's right, we
potion of
each got
acid
one.
resistance.
That's right, we each got one. How long does it last?
Hmm.
A good while. Long enough for a
An
fight,
hour.
for sure. Yeah, an hour.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop one. Yeah, Cliff will drink one.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. We've got Joe is with us now. I'll take a moment and make sure that.
Hello. I hope this thing works.
Yeah, we
May
can hear
not. Excellent.
you. Yeah. How you doing? How's your travels?
Oh, exhausting.
Yeah. Right.
It's always fun to have a screaming toddler in front of you in a plane.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Man, we're glad you can make it. We're getting pretty close to our first break here in about 3 minutes. At the moment, yeah, obviously the parties fought those two guardian goblins, and there was an ooze in the chamber as well. They successfully picked the lock and are now preparing to charge into the chamber of the masters. But yeah, first we will take a short break.
Okay.
Let's see here. Not quite at the hour. So is there anything else that you all wanted to do to prepare? How does Millie weigh in on this decision? Would she rather take a step back and try to get everybody healed up, or the thought to just to break the other magic circles was also brought up? Arlen says there should be more of them here, probably through the other doors you haven't opened.
Do we know if that would do anything new? Will that depower these masters?
Presumably, if all of them are broken, it will make their ritual impossible. Everyone can make insight checks, as you all kind of drink potions, reposition. Helena steps back, putting her thieves' tools away, as you all kind of assess the situation. All right, X.
25 for X.
So, if they're continuing their attempt on the ritual, it should count as some sort of distraction, anyway. If you wandered off, they'd probably get back to the ritual. If the circles were destroyed, they would more than likely turn their attention directly on you and perhaps start moving through the complex after you, or using other tricks and things up their sleeves to deal with you all.
I like that. I like them coming to us.
Well,
nobody has silent image or anything, right? You don't have that. That would be some way to keep making noise by the entrance.
It's usually a bard spell or a warlock spell, so I doubt we have anyone with those.
Yeah. But unless someone wants to stay and just make a bunch of noise, I'm fine with whatever y'all want to do. If you think it might be a nice trick to sort of make them think we're coming and make them waste their time and then run away to the other side, then that might be a good move. Keep them guessing. Guerrilla warfare.
All right. Well, let's take a short break. If anybody needs to grab anything to drink or anything,
we'll do.
Hop up and do so. Ads should be coming in here in just a moment if they aren't already.
Wait, I'll be right back.
All right. And yeah, I'm gonna chill here. If anybody else, if you all need to step away.
Yeah, I need to for a second.
Okay. Oh, I need to check the challenges. I'm not sure. It's not showing me if any are complete. I'm gonna double check them. Oh, yeah, okay. The party definitely got a healing potion on one of those dead goblins. So where are you at this week, Joe?
I am in Bethesda.
Home of the studio.
The studio. I have no idea. Bethesda, home of Maryland. No, other way around, I suppose. Maryland, the home of Bethesda. Yes, I am in Bethesda.
Bethesda. Settled into your room all right?
Yeah. Still trying to figure out food, but that's okay.
Oh man, you jumped on for food?
Yeah, I don't really know where or what to get because food and me don't get along anymore. So very difficult process.
I have, probably not for the same reasons, but I got some food challenges. There's this meme that Pon found, and it's like, I'm hungry. My autism. There's literally nothing in the world that I could eat right now.
Mine is more like I'm hungry, and yet nothing I eat doesn't betray my stomach and try to kill me later.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Even like saltines and stuff like that?
Like super plain foods, like rice.
That doesn't mess you up?
That usually doesn't mess me up, unless it has onion powder in it, in which case I might as well just be lying down dead.
Man, that's rough.
It is silly.
Yeah. But, I mean, thankfully, there's at least lots of different types of rice out there that have different flavors and stuff. The other grains work for you, like quinoa, stuff like that?
Yeah, usually for a while there, I would just buy bags of rice mixed. What would they call that? Grains, I suppose one could call it.
Yeah.
With some light seasoning. But I am not home, so I have to figure out what I can eat.
Yeah.
Not at home. Always a joy. And then it's for a work event, so I have to figure out what I can eat that doesn't have me destroyed tomorrow. And that's even more fun.
If you're in the downtown area, there might be a decent like vegetarian restaurant, and sometimes they'll have some good, pretty plain, really simple options. Yeah, that's rough. But this is not my town, man. I don't know what to tell you. I've been there. I thought it was just a game studio.
That's what I thought too, until I appeared in Bethesda. Played.
Yeah. Maybe there's a Bethesda, California. That sounds a more likely place for a game studio to be from. It's a fun word to say, though. Bethesda.
Great
No,
company.
it is Maryland. I was looking to work for them for a time. I just couldn't move there.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Don't blame you. Very expensive.
A lore drop from Pon.
Yeah, I was gonna be a character designer,
Dude.
That would
Oh.
be really cool.
like the
Wow.
sketch artist.
Yeah.
They loved my portfolio. They're like, you have to pay for it at the time because they weren't like as big as they are now. This is pre-Skyrim days. This is like Oblivion
Whoa.
just came out days.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
That would have been. I feel like the salary of a character artist would have been rough in Bethesda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was great for someone who just was like in college and stuff, but
Yeah.
and then too at that time, it was like, oh, great, but yeah, it's shit now.
How many roommates do I want in a room?
Yeah.
Right.
There is
I
one
just
of my
wanted to-
workplace's offices is in this part of the states, and I'm like, every once in a while they're like, "Would you like to move out here?" I'm like, "No."
It's expensive there, and I heard that well, not heard, but I was motivated by Oblivion's terrible faces because I do portraits first and foremost, and I was like, I have to fix their
Oh.
faces.
Their faces are terrible. They're notoriously horrible. Someone did JD Vance in it. It was pretty good. By the way.
Ah! Like the spread out character map.
My sister worked at Westwood Studios back in the 90s, which is like Command and Conquer, like way back. And then Electronic Arts bought them, and then it just kind of sucked, and they fired her.
So it had
Man.
the EA disease.
Yeah.
Seems to be a problem with EA buying things.
Yeah. They're
Maybe not
pretty-
for everything, but definitely for most things.
In video games too, it's kind of a sausage factory, and it's also they expect everyone to work like 70-hour weeks, and if you just want to have any kind of work-life balance, then you're a problem. Or historically, that was the case.
Yeah. I just did a 95-hour bi-weekly, which was only because we had to do some extraordinary work to get some stuff done. But yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do those often, and I don't want to do another one. In fact, I think I'm going to take a week off in July. Just not work a full week.
Balance, man.
Yeah, do it. You deserve it.
Or I'll save it. My wife's about to be working again, but she's going to have a spring break the week before the other school's spring breaks. And I'm like,
Nice.
Maybe with both of us working and actually having money set aside, we could actually go do something.
Hey, remember what you're working for occasionally, right? Yeah.
Doing things.
Yeah. Working to live, not living to work.
Yeah.
It's easy to get it backwards, though.
Especially the time has been flying by. These last 3 months feel like they just blinked away from existence.
Yeah.
Bet.
You must be having fun.
No, time also flies when you're stressed out.
Time flies when your brain has no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Fly. You're constantly in a haze of migraine.
When the rage is so powerful that you grab your alarm clock and you throw it out the window.
Then you realize it's your cell phone.
No! I do think there should be like a version of vampires, but it's just their phone is going to die, and they have to go back to their, crypt before their phone runs out of juice.
Great. What is on the sandwich? Tell me. Tell me, phone. Nothing. There's no description of this.
Oh no. Guess you're gonna have to call him. Put him on speakerphone.
Walk downstairs. What is the firebird? Tell me now.
Tell me more of this firebird.
Is it a phoenix? I've always wanted to eat a phoenix. Does it re-alights in your stomach?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the question. It's like, is it gonna
Fart it out.
burn away all of your stomach troubles, or is it just gonna burn inside your stomach?
I think it burns, and then you fart it out, and then it comes back to life. The life cycle. It's like lemming wings.
Bottled wine, boxed wine. Sounds ideal.
I gotta say, about life and just having a good time and trying to have that balance. It doesn't have to cost a damn thing to take a break and just like hang out in the park or go for a walk, or it's just so many wonderful things in our world that we can enjoy that we don't have to spend money for.
It's true.
Spending time with each other like this, come on, this is good stuff.
Jar Jar says Tempest Fugit when you throw your phone out the window.
Fugit does sound like a name of a company, like a tech company. Fugit, the time is now. Something like that. Or a toy, like Bop It, but it's Fugit. It just makes you pop through like timelines every time you hit it.
Welcome back, DL.
Fugit.
All right. So coming back into the moment here, I'll zoom in a little bit. Lokag's approached the now unlocked door, while X continues to use his druid craft to blow the poison gas emanating from the rooms around the door frame away off toward the ceiling. It is quiet within, although Lokag, now that you're up against it, you can hear the sizzle of electricity and a sort of wet almost like slithering or slapping sound, as if something large, fleshy, and wet slapping up against the stone floor wall softly.
Can I hear like how close it is or anything else on the other side of the door?
It's a pretty thick door. You can make a perception check and see if you gain more information that way.
21?
Yeah, you think it's off to the left. So on our map, off to the right. You
Okay.
think it's maybe... give me just a moment. That's a pretty good check. You think it's maybe 40 feet away? The sizzling of electricity sounds like it's coming from like almost dead ahead and like maybe 60, 70 feet away.
Awesome. Well, I'm just going to ask if everyone's ready.
I'm ready.
Crowds forward. Gravlix slips forward as well. Yes.
Okay.
Position yourselves, says Merlin.
I want to attempt to pass without a trace is still up, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to attempt to open with some stealth.
Okay. It's a big, heavy door.
Yeah. 15 on the stealth, so... Well, actually, this is a big room. I think it is anyways. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
$22 on the stealth, so maybe.
Okay.
All right, I'll try.
Shudders as a soft sort of squeaking from the massive hinges. Give me just a moment. Okay. For some reason, it is not being revealed. Give me just a moment to reveal this chamber.
Oh, my.
And let me adjust on the stream so everyone can see. Inside is a roughly hexagonal chamber. In the center, there's a large raised platform of stone with intricate intersecting lines carved in it. The channels are carved deep, about 3 inches, and they are full of blood. There are 3 platforms sort of connected to it. On the far end of the chamber are a set of stairs that move up to a rippling field of blue smoke, dotted with almost white star points. There are 2 massive eyes of stone. A cluster of crystals on your all's left, obviously the left of the map, but you're on your character's right. To your left, there's a massive tentacle that seems to be coming out of a pool of some sort of purple fluid. There's a massive yellow gem, almost a smaller copy of the massive citrine that you all found in Englob's chamber far to the north. And 2 of the heroes of Arabelle, one strapped over each of the massive eyes. The light seeming to shine through their bodies. You can see their rib cage and their bones as the light from the strange stone eyes shines through them onto the stone circle. Power courses through a glass tube, through the air in the form of red light, and the tentacle itself is touching one of the small platforms. The place thrums with unholy power.
I want to hold my breath and move into the room.
Okay.
Take a big breath in, and then move in towards the tentacle.
Okay. As you do, there's a large orb of metal. It immediately begins to unfold. there's a scream from the far corner. Let's see here. And I'm going to clear off the initiative. Everybody highlight your tokens and roll initiative. You all hear the scream of a goblin throat just around the corner. You may technically be able to see them on the map, but if you can, they're actually around the corner, so you all aren't able to spot them. But you can hear the clanking of a machine unfolding right next to Locag. Top of the order is Helena. Oh, hold on just a moment. That did not come out right.
Sorry, I am having a lot of Roll20 problems.
No worries, no worries.
And all of the animation stuff is nuking my computer.
Okay.
Well, Millie's first.
Let me fix that animation. Hopefully that helps. Shouldn't be any other animations going on the map. That is...
That should help as well.
Any better, Joe?
A little bit. Seems to be a little more reactive. Yep.
Okay. Might take it a moment to settle down. Clifford has let you borrow his heavy crossbow.
Okay. This green fog is still here, correct?
I believe X, he spent his last turn sort of blowing it out of the way. So currently, it's not dense enough to harm anybody.
Okay.
Until he stops using Druidcraft, that'll be the case. Once he does stop, though, it'll be that area on the map will be poison gas.
Move through. Lag is heavy. Upon getting there, I see the two beings, I assume?
Yes, you definitely do.
Alright.
You see a goblin with dark grayish-green skin, heavy sort of brass plate armor, and then what seems to be a spider made out of brassy steel.
That's fine. I'll attempt to attack the spider.
Okay.
Drawing the longsword. Yeah, the crossbow is really not going to continue being useful with the extreme dexterity damage that I've been taking. And attempt to attack the spider.
That is a hit.
23 to hit for 7 damage. Attack it once more.
Okay.
Burn my
inspiration.
Burn my inspiration and try that again.
Mm-hmm. 24.
24
It's definitely
for
gonna hit.
14 damage.
Nice. There are heavy sort of cables of some sort, like wrapped tightly in leather. You're cutting through several of these, hammering at like the joints as they attach to this creature's body. As you cut through the cables, electricity sort of fries and fizzles at the ends, but others dump out strange fluids, oils, and other caustic-smelling things. None of it does any damage to you. It's rather strange.
Alright, that's everything I have.
Right. You hear a sharply barked word from somewhere over here, to like the south area of the map. This massive tentacle whips up into the air and snaps forward to touch Lokag. Just a moment. Let's see here. For a 17 to hit Lokag.
Ooh, meets it, beats it. That's my AC.
It coils around you, doing 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
What you all see is Lokag vanishes. Lokag, the world seems to tilt on its side, blurring. And you find yourself in a completely different area. There's a door. There is the same tentacle, rearing back to strike at you again. And you can hear sucking wet movements of an ooze in the ceiling.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh, crap. This is not going to be convenient.
Right. Mostly everyone up there is hiding. You hear, Millie, you continue to hear sharply whispered words. From that area. Appearing is a robed figure that seems to, well, the robe and cloak bulge and move and shift as if the entity is comprised of multiple others. There are 2 points of bright green light where its eyes should be. As it gestures, make a wisdom saving throw. You can feel it. Its words, its intent, its will worming into your brain, attempting to dominate you. So Millie needs to make a wisdom saving throw. All right.
Only a 12.
That is not going to succeed. Millie is currently dominated. The figure darts around and ducks behind a large pillar. it's about 3 feet. This raised section in the middle is also almost 4 feet high. So the goblin is ducked behind the other side. Next in the order is Helena.
Could I see any of that from where I'm at?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You even see probably Millie's shoulders go slack, like the will drain out of her as Grabjack dominates her.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Grabjack is out of sight. You have no line of sight.
Don't go in there. Helena, don't go in there.
Why not?
It's gonna get scary in there. And you see the staff next to him and it starts to shake.
What am I supposed to do? Just let my friends be abducted?
Shoot him from here!
Novel concept. Yes.
Oh, that guy! The one who's playing with Millie's head!
He is out of line of sight.
Yeah.
You all currently cannot see Grabjack hiding behind this squat pillar.
Can I see the tentacle?
You can see the tentacle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's Helena. I'm inclined to shoot it.
I like it.
It's almost ooze-like.
Yeah, ooze-like.
Yeah.
I have to
Maybe
shoot
it'll bring
it now.
Lokag back.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. I can shoot it from here, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Like, where's my bow? 21?
21 is a hit.
I guess I have
Nice.
septic strikes on.
Okay, 18 damage. Nice. The whole thing shudders and whips back and forth in the air. You can tell you've heard it, but it continues to move.
Well, we're just gonna have to hurt it again.
Lokag, the tentacle that in the room with you also shudders. A wound appears on the side, and strange sort of yellow blood begins to weep out. That's a nat 1 for Helena's next attack. That's definitely going to
I
miss.
kind of like to re-roll that.
Probably worth
I
it.
don't think you've used your inspiration yet, so yeah.
I have not, so...
17 is going to hit.
Nice.
Again, it shudders. This time the arrow blasts through it, leaving a small hole. Thing is twitching. It seems very hurt, but it's still moving.
One more time. Now.
One more time.
The arrow sinks in to almost a rubbery flesh of the tentacle.
Wow.
14's a hit.
Whoa. 9.
It shudders and begins to drop toward the ground. But before it can actually touch the ground, it seems to be like retract back into that puddle of purple fluid. Lokag, wherever you're at, the same thing happens in that chamber. That tentacle disappears into the pool of purple liquid. But Lokag does not return. You've removed a threat, however.
Whoa. Hopefully I didn't remove a friend.
Minute.
Yeah.
Okay, Helena's freaking out a little bit.
Any movement for Helena?
No, she's gonna keep to Cliff's advice for the moment and not charge.
Yeah, that's good.
I'd grab Millie if I could.
Right. Ravelix might move to here and try to attack the spider? Or should he step to here and try to hit Anglob over here? What do you all think? Where do you direct the goblin?
If he can do that, and still kind of pull back after shooting, he's still got a few feet to pull away, then he'll be okay, I think. I like the Aglob.
If he moved to here, he'd have 10 more feet of movement.
That's pretty good. I'm down. Y'all cool with that? You can pop back to Merlin after? Yeah. You go, Grablix.
All right, Clifford, go ahead and make an attack roll for him. He's got a +5 with Helena's bow.
All right.
Bow of light.
Oh, weird. It did =5. I don't know why. Typos. 12. Probably not gonna hit.
It does not.
Was he hidden? Does he get anything from popping out of being hidden?
Oh, yeah, actually he was. He was
before?
hidden.
All right. All right,
Well, but he would have moved faster than he would have had to move.
Oh.
Yeah, more than half speed.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, he just gets the one attack, so
Yeah.
he'll pull back, I guess.
Yeah, he'll drop back in. Locag. Let me change the map a little bit so everybody can see where Locag is at. It's doing this very strange thing. I'm going to have to reveal that manually. Give me a moment.
Is he just going to have to run all the way back to join us? No.
Okay, something is having a technical difficulty at the moment.
Suspense.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just take another couple of moments and work this out. Just give me a moment. It's pretty dark. It's very dim in the chamber. There's a reddish glow coming from the chamber to the north of you. And I just... Locag or Big Bright, can you see where you're at? Do you see anything?
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. Yes, I sure can.
Okay.
I see where I'm at and what's going on.
Somehow it is not showing up on stream. It's very strange.
I see the door, but I can't see behind it.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't.
Interesting.
I forgot. I didn't even know there was a door there.
This is great. So, the tentacle just spit me out. I'm in some dark hallway. There's a slime above me. And some reddish glowing light coming from this freaking hallway over here. So, Locag's going to take the disengage action. Or unless the slime's high up enough where he doesn't need to.
Okay.
So does he needs to take that disengage action and not get an attack of opportunity, right?
The ceiling in this spot is 20 feet high. It does not have reach on you, so...
Okay, cool. So I can preserve my action. That's excellent. Locag, is there still a puddle of purple on the floor wall where you got spit out?
There is.
Is it on the floor or on the wall?
Both.
Okay. Locag wants to jump in both feet into the purple.
The puddle splashes.
Ah, son of a bitch! Alright. So he's going to use the...
shifting in the northern chamber.
Ooh, interesting. Locag is going to move up into that chamber. Well, you know what? While he's here, he's going to try the door.
It is locked. There's a large lever-like handle. There's also a lock plate, a keyhole.
All right, I'll remove... I don't know. I'll let you decide on the action economy for everything I'm saying. I'll remove the lever. You were saying it's like a crossbar, right? That's like
no, it's just like a lever that you would use to disengage the bolt and actually be able to open the door. You put a key in, turn it, and pull the lever to open it.
Got it. If there's no key.
Yeah, the lever doesn't move.
Can you smash it?
We're not there yet. So, let's see. That was 10, 15, 30. 25, 35, 40, 50 feet right here. I'll save myself 5 feet of movement. All right, I go up north towards the red glow.
There is a massive throne that seems to be made of bone. It is shivering and rearranging itself as it moves towards you.
Oh, it's moving towards me.
Spending its ready action to close with you. Or get as close as it can.
So this so can you describe the enemy one more time?
So it seems to be a large chair made of different bones of large creatures. And it's like bones are changing position, clattering along each other as the thing slowly assumes a vaguely humanoid shape and lopes and clatters its way across the floor towards you.
Lokag's gonna attack it twice.
Okay.
Or, well, we'll attack it once to see what happens.
Okay.
And that was not supposed to be reckless. So a 15.
Okay. Let's see here. Give me just a moment.
I'm by myself. I don't want to be reckless by myself.
Yeah. Let's see here. 15 is its AC.
Excellent. So that'll roll out to be 15 slashing damage.
Awesome. There's a explosion of shards and dust of bone as you cleave through several large rib bones and what seems to be the femur of a large horse or cow or something.
Awesome. I'm gonna take another swing that seemed to be effective. So again, not recklessly. 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Let's see, that'll be 14 more slashing damage, followed up by a quick pulse strike for my bonus action.
Nice.
Oh, and I've used my inspiration. All right. Yep.
D6 it is. All right.
3.
All right. Let's see here. The head, the hammerhead affixed to the pole, is now loose. So any attacks with the hammer side will be done with a disadvantage. Until you have
so
it prepared.
Any hammer strikes or pole strikes if I'm... Yeah, because
Yeah.
the pole strike's the opposite end of the weapon. Okay,
Right, yeah.
got it. Okay, cool. And that'll be... I'm going to position myself 5 feet more north, and I'm squaring off against a bone chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
While a dragon blood ooze begins to slowly make its way across the ceiling towards you.
Got it. Very intense.
Did you spend any bonus action for that pole strike? All right. Good
Yep.
round. You cut into that thing pretty good. And next in the order is Clifford Bolt.
All right. I want to cast Earthquake. It's 100 foot from the... if I target down at the bottom, it's going to make everybody up to Gravlix about suffer from the effects of an earthquake, which would... people have to make dex saves or they fall prone, and this would unfortunately include Millie, but Millie's suspect at the moment.
Oh, no.
But I'm going to go with the structures. So the tremor deals 50 bludgeoning damage to any structure in contact with the ground in the area when you cast the spell.
True.
And then people make a dex save or they take 12d6 bludgeoning damage. And so I see a lot of structures. I'm just blowing shit up. I'm hoping it's going to be okay for everybody. If anyone is thinking, holy shit, don't do this, you're crazy, I'll delay it, and I'll ready my action for people to pull back.
Okay. Let me make a measurement.
Yeah, it's 100 feet. So I think if I went to the back of the room, all the way to the eye, the purple, you know, to the back of the room.
Right.
Then it goes right up to, I think, where Cliff is standing.
Okay. That
So
is a potent spell. Give me just a moment.
yes, you gave it to me.
I did. No, yeah, no. I'm just for purposes of.
Feel free to adjust it.
No, it wasn't that. I was just. All right. You hear a sharp word of command. Another figure appears as they attempt to counter that spell.
Oh, well, I was stealthing, so
Doesn't matter. You're casting a spell. You're sort of using the item to evoke it, and rules as written. He's within 60 feet.
Okay.
He can attempt to counter it.
All right.
If he rolls high enough, and he does not, the spell goes off. And Bratst is now visible.
All right. Cool. Dex saves.
All right.
Let's see. So first, the 50 bludgeoning damage to the structures. I don't know if that. If it goes to 0, it collapses. And then creatures within it, they have to make a dex save, or they take 12d6.
Right.
I can roll it.
Or half if they make their save.
Right. Oh.
Okay. They have both.
And they also.
Go ahead.
Prone. It says they're also prone, and they're buried in the rubble, requiring a DC 20 strength athletics check to escape.
Right. That's if they initially fail their initial save, right?
Right.
They both manage to make their saving throws and take half that damage. So
good for them.
18, 17.
Now, Millie isn't near a structure, so Millie isn't affected. It's the people that are standing next to structures. You're just next to a spider. I don't think the spider's a structure. So Millie, the only problem for Millie is Millie's prone. Or has to roll a reflex save, or Millie's prone. I think Anglob is also safe from structures.
Okay. Yeah, the spider is not a structure.
No. And then that, I don't know if that big purple thing in the end of the room is affected. It's just considered a structure, but
it definitely is affected.
And the eyeballs and everything. Good. And then Cliff's going to he doesn't know how powerful this thing is, so he's going to pull back. Like, duck and cover! And he pulls back to there. And that's it.
Okay.
And then, do Millie want to roll a dex save? Oh, you already did. A 3. Oh, no.
Dang.
An Anglob. And the spider, I guess.
The spider failed its save and is looking very shabby. Give me just a moment.
Oh, I don't think it would take damage, the spider. It just would be prone. Because it's not near, unless it's near a structure, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I think that's, I don't know if that's how that. I guess that depends, DM, if you judge us as near a structure that is collapsing.
The door itself, the door frame, is actually one of the few things in here that's pretty close to being indestructible. So it takes some damage, but it barely puts cracks in the facade. It doesn't damage any of the runes or anything like that. However, the stone eyes both crack. The body of one of the heroes falls to the ground. The other is now dangling from one arm. Cracks craze the floor and the ceiling. Chunks of rubble fall down as Englob, Grabjack, and Bratz attempt to dodge to varying degrees of success. They all get hit and pummeled by chunks of rubble. cracks appear across one of the planes of this crystal, and the lights in this tube and the crackling green electricity both fade.
Nice.
Bratz, who is about goblin-sized, he looks to be a shoddily constructed golem with a real goblin arm, a jar on a mechanical sort of spring-like neck, a brain, and a gem that seems to be connected to it. As it's, sort of dodging, sort of holding its hand up, trying to keep the rubble from cracking the glass dome that protects the strange creature's brain. It kind of turns toward the crystal, its shoulders hunched in what you would assume is alarm and worry. So that object needs to make a save. So far, the crystal is not cracked enough to explode, but it's getting increasingly likely as, as time progresses. What else for Clifford?
I think that's quite enough.
It's not bad. All right. Let's see. Sorry. Checking on that. Does that make the area difficult terrain? You have it open already.
Yeah. Let me see. It does last for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It is difficult terrain.
Okay. Good move. So
I've been waiting this whole adventure ever since I got this thing. I'm like, when am I going to use this?
the goblin's voice booms out, a surprising clear bass to his voice. "Fear," says the small goblin. And Helena, X, Merlun all need to make a wisdom saving throw versus fear. Oh, Ravelix as well. Not either of their specialities. Merlun, the goblins are both terrified of Englob. It holds a sort of beaten, brassy-looking two-handed sword that begins to glow with a dim purple light shot with like gold lightning. And yeah, that is as far as it can move. Let's see here. And there is a Constitution saving throw. Give me just a moment before anything else. Grabjack is dominating Millie and needs to make a con saving throw. With advantage. Let's see, half the damage dealt. That was... Okay, at the moment, Grabjack is still dominating Millie. All right, so Merlun could try to attack Englob. He's right there. He's got some decent movement and some other tricks up his sleeve. He could try to get into the chamber.
I wouldn't. The spell does it every round. At the end of every round, it does another 50. So, I hope Merlin knows better than to go running in there. But, you do you, Merlin. I'm just hoping Millie can get out of there. Maybe Merlin can help Millie get out of there.
Merlin turns. You can see he's kind of quaking and shivering as he faces Anglob. And he just barks out, "Grovel!" and points at Anglob.
Nice.
Wisdom save for Anglob. Pretty good chance for Anglob there. Anglob says, "No." Merlin retreats. If X is hurt, he will use a bonus action to heal X with a potion as he's dodging past. So he sticks him with this strange dagger that has a bunch of holes in it. You reroll that 1. And heals X for 9.
Thanks.
Right. Bratz moves sort of away, sort of gets up on his tippy toes to look over this circular platform. Let's see here. In X, you are not hidden because you are using Druidcraft. Let's see here. So, Bratz holds up his metallic 3-fingered hand, displays the fingers out, sort of looks over them a quick second, and fires 3 snaking lines of crimson fire. 1 toward Gravelix, 1 toward X, and double check. And 1 toward Merlin in this case. So first one toward Gravelix. What the heck? A 19 to hit Gravelix. 27 to hit X, and a 22 to hit Merlin, which is just barely going to hit. He does 7 to Gravelix. Gravelix gives a cry and collapses. He hits X for 5 fire damage. It's Merlin for 8.
X does not cry or collapse.
Nice. Let's see here. Then Anglob, or Bratz, drops back down out of sight behind the massive platform. Next in the order is X.
Okay, I'm scared of Anglob, so I can't move closer to him and have disadvantage on attacks, correct?
Correct.
That's the deal. Mm-hmm. Okay, then. I will measure. Mm-hmm. Is Millie currently an ally?
No.
For the purposes of casting Bless.
Man, that is something that has never been asked to me at a table. Because she is currently dominated.
Right.
So I would think no. And you can cast Bless on her, I would think. But it might be working against you if she is compelled to attack you.
But it'll work in her favor if she triggers a saving throw of any kind.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that's fine. You know in your heart of hearts she's your ally. So yeah, it works.
Okay, then I will cast Bless on 4 targets. Cliff, Helena, myself, and Millie.
Nice. All right.
Then I'll go over here, and my turn is over.
Okay. It is never a wasted round when you cast Bless.
Oh no, it's a quick round.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And X can do it even though he's afraid.
Yep.
See.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Next in the order, in some other chamber. Mythlanders out there, I apologize for the technical difficulty. You all can't see what Lokag is doing, but I think it adds a little bit of dramatic tension. As
no one can see what the Lokag is doing.
That's right. This strange throne continues to assemble itself in a vaguely humanoid shape that now towers over Lokag.
Oh, crap.
It's a little like Cliff's little side adventure running from the goblins for many rounds.
Yeah.
Your big adventure.
All right. It slashes once with one of the rib bones, the kind of sharpened edge of it. Let me make that public. A 21 to hit Lokag.
Oh yeah, it definitely hits.
For 4 points of damage, raging 2 points of damage. And it also, one of its fingers that has too many hands and a strange collection of digits from different creatures. The bones rattle together as it casts a spell. It begins to become somewhat transparent. Racing across the ceiling, strands of sticky goo trailing out behind it, is the ooze. It climbs down the wall here, so let me actually bring that back up. Back 30 feet to here. So it can only get to there and be on the same floor. But it is entering your space, so you can use your reactions
yes.
if you like.
Thank you. Yes. Opportunity attack. I got 10 to hit.
That is a miss, but you still get the graze, right?
Oh yeah, I do. So that is graze is
Just be able
what?
to click it, and it should
Yep.
just do the
You can
graze.
deal damage equal to the ability modifier used. Okay, great. So it deals out 4 damage.
Nice. All right.
I
Before
could have
we-
just clicked graze.
Yeah. Before we come back around to the top of the order, it's time for another short break. And, yeah. So let's take a pause here. Let me get us back to another screen.
Cool.
And yeah, if you gotta use the restroom, grab some water, any of that stuff, I'll be back in like 1 minute.
All right.
Hey, you know what's bad about that earthquake?
That
I said, you know what's bad about that earthquake? Nothing. Absolutely nothing bad about that earthquake.
Yeah, the earthquake's kind of confusing for me.
All right, I am back. What's that, Joe?
So the earthquake is kind of confusing from a what it's affecting in that room standpoint.
Okay. Let's go back over that real quick. So yeah, it's essentially like, let me just ping a few things. So this whole thing is a structure that's being cracked and buckled and broken. This glass is broken. There's no more light in that. The massive, the stairs and the sort of ring of stone is breaking and crumbling. Cracks are beginning to craze the two eyes, and they're no longer now moving. No light is shining through those eyes anymore. Cracks are beginning to break across this platform, and the light that's, kind of summoned by their ritual is fading and dying out. Did you have any specific questions? Like, was there specific things you thought it should be affecting that I lost track of?
No, just wasn't sure. As Cliff said, it happens at every round, so I'm not sure if what is
end
happening.
Of the round.
Yeah.
At the end of the round, people have to roll to see from falling prone, and structures take another 50 damage, and people around the structures take the damage. It's a massively dangerous and scary spell. But you're away from structures, so you just have to worry about standing up. And getting out of the room.
Well,
of course,
I don't get that.
You don't get to
choice,
decide.
so.
Yeah. Hopefully you stand up and you're really effective and you're able to come and attack one of us, because at least that'll get you out of there.
Okay, so each of Cliff's turns. The end of each of Cliff's turns.
End of each of Cliff's turns,
Right,
exactly.
okay,
If you read it, it almost looked like it would have happened twice when I cast it, and at the end of my turn. That seems crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I would rule against it, even if it were grammatically true. But yeah, at the end of each turn, it does 50, and does the whole thing again.
Yeah.
It is concentration, so if you want to have some blob jump on him, feel free.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's getting pretty hectic.
Yeah.
You all are quite cunning warriors, quite powerful, and capable of great teamwork. So I'm excited to see how you all come through this.
Me too. I'd be excited if all of us come through this.
Well, Gravelix is already in rough shape. He's just a goblin, no levels or anything.
And Lokag's still in there. I'm waiting for him to run out of the room.
Yeah. I mean, well, some of you saw him vanish. However,
grab Millie, Lokag, get out of there. There's no Lokag. Although if he gets through that door, that'd be interesting.
yeah, I mean, he could potentially make his way back decently quickly. There's still if he makes it through that door and tries to go south, then there's that big gap. Otherwise, he'd be running all the way around.
Yeah, I don't know if he can jump that gap.
Yeah.
No, not quite.
Might have to do some climbing, potentially.
I was thinking that might be faster.
Yeah, it's 45-foot jump.
Yeah, even with his rage and prodigious strength. You use that word right? I think I did. No, I'm gonna go look it up. Massive. His massive strength.
Yeah, prodigious works too. Everyone knows about it. We all know about his great strength.
It's a great feat of strength.
My feet are actually quite small for a Goliath.
Man, that got me just right. He stuffs his boots.
Yeah. It's a very sore subject with me. And the gladiator promoter was like, "Your boots are too small. You look ridiculous."
That's where his graceful fighting style comes from.
That's
I
right.
am the ballerina. I am the
Back
brawling
home they called me-
ballerina.
That is what Unalaki means in the Goliath tribes, is small feet. Dainty feet.
Makes all the rest of you look bigger.
Including, you know.
Yes.
It's hands. They're supposed to be, the hands are how you tell. That's supposed to be. Like wives' tale.
I misread. Actually, let me see here. X. You can make another additional save versus fear. You're now 30 feet away from Anglob. And Merlin does too.
Can't see him either, yeah.
Well, this is specific to this creature, so it's specifically being 30 feet away or more.
Cool.
Line of sight doesn't add or subtract anything from that.
Gotcha.
22 is better.
It is. You are no
Gotcha.
longer afraid.
Yeah.
Merlin is still afraid.
Aw.
But he's got things that don't involve attack rolls or stuff too, so.
Yeah.
Although he's used a good amount of his spells healing you all and doing some of that stuff. But he's got a few tricks up his sleeve.
Lokag still has Long Strider also, by the way.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Does that affect his climbing speed at all? Like, does it give him?
I mean, it boosts your movement, but it doesn't. Yeah, it
total
doesn't give you
movement.
a climb speed.
No.
But it would add to the amount of speed you have. So you get 90 or something.
When dashing, I get 110 when dashing.
Wow.
Or I'm so sorry, 90 when dashing. You're right.
Right. If it's a
Oh no, it is 110 because I have 45 feet of movement regularly.
You could probably
Ridiculous.
just book it around in like two. You could book it in 2 rounds, I bet. I'm like 60, 50. 60.
I could get pretty darn close.
Yeah, you could get into the lower room with the chest in 2 turns once you get through the door. But we could also shoot you like a grapple line across that chasm, and you could type.
I wonder-
across.
Would the jump spell help?
It would. I have it, but I have to touch you.
So you jump across first. No.
With the rope.
Double jump.
Yeah, just double jump. Just do a little flip in the air on your way halfway there.
Ah, you don't get that to level
Right.
7. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
no.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to these 5 levels we're going to gain from taking on all the masters.
Right?
Right. Right. But conceivably, I could brace a rope, throw it to Lokag. He could swing downward on the rope, and then pull himself up.
That momentum, he'd be slamming up against the rocks down below before he climbed.
Yep.
How far down is it, and how far up?
It's
is
a
it? There's
pit.
no
It
room
goes
upwards.
all the way to the bottom of the stone. The only thing that
And then
might
above,
be...
there's like,
Huh?
there's no room above. Then, yeah, we're like right at the ceiling.
Yeah. Well, no, the ceiling, it continues up.
Oh, okay. Well, the blob thing earlier, I don't know what it was stuck to then. So it was, kind of up on the wall. So it keeps going up as well. So conceivably, if you could shoot with a grappling gun a line up 50 feet up or something, I could Luke Skywalker this maybe. And get it over.
I will draw on the map where there is another fissure on the ceiling. Give me just a moment.
Oh, like a little side view.
So that red outline is a
Ooh.
hole that goes
Yeah.
up. It's a hole in the ceiling that goes up.
Oh, like it leads out of a volcano kind of fissure. Oh.
Yeah, potentially.
Oh, that's cool. Intriguing.
Much that could be explored. Let's see. Joe, are you back with us?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Just, I didn't see you on cam, so I wanted to check. No worries if you need to be off cameras for the moment.
I'll be back shortly on cam.
All right. Coming back into it is Millie. Still currently dominated, but at the bottom of your turn, you'll get another save.
All right. Well, what do they want me to do? Or attempt to do? I am prone.
Yeah. So they want you to attack them. It was vague. Any of your allies. Of course, this chamber is difficult terrain until you get through the door.
I'll attempt, I guess, to attack them with my crossbow.
Okay. Helena, the ratlings. Step in a bit and attack Merlun. Oh wait, hold on. So the earthquake, yeah, there's only... Technically, the whole place is kind of a structure, so there is stuff falling from the ceiling. So Millie, you would have taken damage.
Okay, then I am at 0
Oh.
in death saves. Do you want a death save?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading your hit points as 27 on the screen.
So that's why I was confused. Going back to what I said prior, earthquake being confusing. If it did 35 damage,
Mm-hmm. And you failed your save.
I failed to save.
Okay.
Thus,
But I thought it was only like specific structures. Like the whole cave can't be a structure, right? It's like got to be things that have been built up or erected.
Yeah, technically, I suppose you're right.
That was my
cave is
assumption
not
when
a
I was.
structure.
So
And I specifically said that door frame is not
it's kind of invulnerable.
really
Yeah.
being affected.
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah,
you're looking
Millie,
from text
you would
earlier.
still be up in that case.
Okay.
Yep. Well, at some point I might have hit points again in Roll20, but whatever.
Cool.
I'll crawl 5 feet and attempt to shoot Marlon with a crossbow.
Okay, give me an... Okay, yeah. Okay.
Maybe Roll20 decides to behave. It's trying really hard. It's not succeeding.
Just rereading something. Before you do that, you get an additional save on that dominate person.
Okay.
Because you would have had advantage on that saving throw.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
very suspenseful way to do it.
Because your
This is
allies
fun.
are fighting the creature who's attempting to change her mind. So,
Ooh.
Millie suddenly snaps out of it. Just as you're aiming down on Merlon, about to take a shot, your mind clears and you remember exactly what's happened.
I will change my aim to the other guy. Who's right there? What is that?
Anglob?
Aklob.
Yep, Anglob.
Excellent.
Now, with most things, you have disadvantage if you're attacking from prone. I make a stipulation with certain types of weapons. For instance, crossbows will be a
Right.
normal roll.
Wonderful. You said I have a heavy crossbow right now?
You have a heavy crossbow
Yeah.
right now.
Just a regular one. Although if you get to Gravlix, he's got one on the ground by his body.
Yeah, he's got Helena's.
Well, let me just roll the light crossbow as an attack, and then we can redo the damage there.
Yeah, probably easier. Oh,
Man, these nat ones.
yeah, we're getting plagued. Got any luck points left?
Nope.
Maybe not.
I don't have luck.
Or whatever.
Does anybody want to give Millie their inspiration?
I don't have one.
I don't know
neither.
if I have any left.
Yeah, I'm used up.
There'll be another -1 to your dexterity.
Great. How? All right. I mean, I'm at -4 in my dex, so I'm at 0. +0 in dex.
Yeah. But you still have another attack.
All
Choose
right.
to use it.
That didn't go through. Another attack with the crossbow, I guess.
Nice.
That's a hit.
20 to hit for 7 damage.
It's D10, actually.
Oh, that's right. Let's roll a 10. 7 damage.
Right.
Do you have enough room to stand up?
Yeah, but take 15 feet of movement to stand up.
Yep. I'll stand 10, 25. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get there because that's 25. Get like right there. Crazy lag on the map. No, yeah. To the right. I'll go right there.
Remember, you're going to have to roll again on the end of Cliff's turn for
Yep.
falling down.
Can't get out.
Why not?
I don't have that much movement.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all I've got.
Okay. Bear with me just another few moments. Grabjack
That doesn't-
stands up from behind one of the platforms. Begins to chant in a language most of you probably don't recognize unless someone here speaks deep speech.
I might.
In any case,
No.
X, Helena, and the swarm of ratlings gain the blind condition. You all hear wet, sucking sounds and whispers of words you can almost understand. It's almost maddening. The ground suddenly feels gooey beneath your feet.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Grabjack. As he pops up, he runs to the pool of purple. He throws something out of his pocket. Some sort of powder or dust or salt or something. Throws it into it, steps into it, and falls down into it, vanishing.
Oh boy.
Helena, you are blinded. It's very cold. Take... Oh, I already rolled that. Why is that not? Take 5 points of cold damage as you start your turn. In the strange void.
Ugh. Don't suppose I could stumble my way out of this.
Yeah, which direction do you move?
I want to go... I don't know. That's tough. I want to help my friends. I think... Elena would go south into the main room.
Okay. So as you move...
It's very you know it's gonna make you fall down and it's still going. The earthquake's still going.
Oh.
It is possible to stand just outside the room.
Could I see the steel defender?
You can.
I guess that Glock guy's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the poison is starting to pool up again now that X is not diffusing it.
Oh yeah.
So next round that area will be poisoned. Currently, Millie and Anglob are not being damaged by it though.
Man.
So you could stand there, be safe. You'd be toe to toe with a heavily armored little goblin, with a massive sword.
Iron Ice.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, Helena's gotta help, so I think
Awesome.
that's ultimately what I'm gonna do.
Awesome.
What about your ratlings? They can move with you, maybe give you flanking.
Yes. Yes, they will move with me, my ratlings.
And they're always prone, right? So they don't care.
They're immune to prone. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect companions.
They need to be directly opposite to gain that flanking. They got enough movement to do so. And they can attack with a +2.
I'm going to be attacking with my fire and ice. Can I do 2?
Yeah. You'll be able to
Okay,
make 2 attacks with your main hand and 1 attack with your offhand as a bonus action.
Okay. I guess my main hand's going to be fire, because Helena's full of fire.
Sounds right. 20 is a hit. Anglob makes no sound as you draw a line of red from his cheek.
And then... Oh. That one didn't do as well.
You do have Bless, but I don't think that's enough to help.
No.
Yeah, not on that one. Try another main hand attack.
Bless.
Alright, go ahead and roll that Bless. Still not a hit. But you have Vexed Creature, so they're next. So you have advantage on your next attack. So, one of those attacks you can roll again, because you hit him with the first one, which gave him the Vexed property, giving you advantage.
Right.
Sweet.
Right.
Alright, well, I want to put on the Septic Strikes as my bonus action.
Okay.
For just to see, let's do the... We have better luck with the fire, so we're going to go with that.
Alright.
Let's work with that.
Even with the Bless, that's still going to miss.
Ah! And then I guess the Ratlings can bite.
Yep. With a +2.
It's always worth a shot.
Always worth a shot. Their best thing was giving you flanking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on just a minute. Let me double check something. Okay, yeah, but still would not have hit. Alright, does Helena say anything as she charges out of the darkness? The swords in her hands.
Kind of wants to test if Millie's there or not. Hey, Millie! Hi, friend!
Does Millie respond?
Yes, I'm back momentarily.
Then let's get out of here!
All right.
Next in the order is Lokag. It's so odd. It's not. I cannot seem to bring that visual up for the Mythlanders to see.
So, can Lokag see that there's a new person in the room?
Absolutely. They're tucked tight on the corner as they possibly can be. Yeah. But you can definitely see them.
Lokag smiles as a new person enters the room and decides to try and make as quick work of the skeleton as possible. He kind of circles around the skeleton and to move away from the slime a little bit there.
Yeah.
And he is going to recklessly attack. Twice with the glaive. 25 and a 15 to hit.
Let's see here. Double check. Say anything too soon. That is a hit as well.
Okay. I'm gonna savage attack that first one.
Nice.
So instead of 9, it'll be 16 damage.
Nice.
And the 15 will be for an additional 11 damage.
Nice. Fragments of bone are scattering, bouncing off the ground. Some sharp shards maybe cut little lines in your cheeks. You think it's very hurt.
And then, since he's attacking recklessly with advantage, his pole strike will be a straight roll, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Getting a 27 to hit with the pole strike.
That is a hit.
Doling out 11 additional damage, bludgeoning.
Bone shards explode outward as the bones collapse into a heap, tumbling down around your feet.
And Lokag is going to use the rest of his movement to close distance and get right in Grabjack's face.
In a voice that seems comprised of thousands of tinier, rasping voices, the figure says, "Welcome to my home."
And Lokag, in like his raspiest voice, goes, "It's very nice."
Awesome. All right, next in the order is Clifford.
All right. So I want to use. So the guy in the back, Brown, right? Brast.
Brast, yeah.
He's got a little cover there.
Yeah, he's got full cover. He's
Okay.
ducking down behind the platform.
Okay, so I can't even try to shoot at him with disadvantage.
Correct.
He's out of it. All right, then I'll shoot at Anglob.
Okay.
I will use my luck feat, my lucky. I haven't used my luck yet to give myself
actually,
not dis.
Wait a tick. There's darkness between you and the chamber.
Yeah, which would give me disadvantage, right?
Well, you can't
He's not-
see at all.
Right. That's right. So I have disadvantage. He's not hiding,
No,
right?
if you can't see a target, you can't shoot it.
Yeah, if you
You can't.
It's a
With a weapon, with a spell, no, but with a weapon, usually when we're shooting into darkness, I also am immune to the darkness. I can see through it. I know it's magical though, but normally you can shoot things in the dark. You just have disadvantage. I that's what I always thought. I don't know 2024, but
okay. So heavily obscured. I think that means that you can't target it, but it could be
with a spell, yes. Like, but shooting an arrow or a bullet.
Yeah, I know we've done it before when you all, when
Yeah.
allies were around them within area of darkness. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, we had that crazy darkness fight
So,
that one time.
Yeah, you are effectively would have the blinded condition on him, which.
Right.
I think you would. I think you're correct in that assessment.
Okay. So it'd be a straight roll because I have. I'm going to use my luck to even it out. So it's +1 more than this. I think the die is a little different. So 23.
You can hear him rattling around in his armor. That's going to hit.
All right. And damage is 10. I'm going to definitely... Now, Hunter's Mark, for instance, I don't believe I can use that on him because I think I have to see them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It says you can see within range, so there's nothing I can do there. I meant to add some elemental damage, but I didn't say so. So just 10 for that one. And do I want to just push my luck even more? Does he have to make a concentration check or anything? No?
Let's see here. He did not cast that. No, he is not concentrating currently.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to do one more shot since that's what I do.
Actually, he does. Let's see. Give me a moment, because he is concentrating on an effect.
I did roll a crit for my
His sword
second
is still
attack.
glowing purple and golden lightning.
Okay.
He made his concentration.
But I did just crit him.
Nice.
Looks like another 16.
And he's got to make another. Yeah, his
Pew pew.
Elena, you can see that he still has that purple swirling glow around his blade, shot with golden lightning.
And that is it for Cliff.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. At the end of his turn, wackiness ensues.
Indeed, it does.
So I think things start to break. Melly might fall down. Anglob might fall down.
Yeah, we'll see. Give me just a moment.
No, Millie.
You hear metal clanging as Bratz falls, but Anglob manages to keep his footing. And Bratz will also take some damage.
Yeah, I'll roll the damage again for you. 41 this time for anyone near a structure.
You hear a voice that sounds like it's vibrating pieces of metal. A groan of pain from Bratz as he hits the ground and gets bludgeoned by falling debris.
Excellent.
There is on the ceiling above this another basically it's like another magic circle, but it's on the ceiling. Chunks of that are falling down. And this crystal does explode. You can't see from where you're at if it hurts Bratz or not. It doesn't get far enough to hurt Millie, Anglob, or the Swarm. Pieces of the eye and the strange smaller eyes on the sides of it are breaking and falling. Quickly zoom in here for a second. Viewers can see the strange formations on the walls. Next in the order is Anglob. He raises his great blade, something between a glaive and a two-handed sword. A long sword with a short haft. As purple fire plays along its length, he slashes out. Once, twice. These are not with advantage. I don't know why we're just looking at the rolls on the left. For a 24, a 22, and a 26 to hit Helena.
Ow.
Yeah, I think those all hit.
Alright, the first one is going to do extra damage and force a constitution or a charisma saving throw. Why did it not do? It's very strange.
Edge bless.
Let's try this again. It's just doing necrotic. Weird.
No, it did both. It did
Oh, okay, so it's
custom
one after
and
the other.
modified.
Okay.
Yeah. Ow. Jesus.
So that is 20, 35. No, so the second time isn't going to do, only the first one does necrotic. So 20, 29, and... total of 38, 29, and 9 to Helena.
So, like, once you get to 0, you don't go into negative, right?
Correct.
No.
Yeah, because I'm mega negative, if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Did you drop before the third hit?
I don't remember the damages. I just knew that I was down quick.
Yeah, the third hit did it.
Okay, yeah, I can see that with 33. Okay.
Yeah.
Helena, you guys.
Millie will save you.
She was trying to save Millie. I guess Helena's not the saving type.
Anglob ignores the rats and turns to face Millie. Steel Defender moves to flank with Anglob. It's a whining of metal against metal as one of its forelegs slashes forward to hit Millie, but she easily deflects it with her heavy armor and shield. Merlun let's see here. He could attempt to heal, use his only higher level spell.
Helena? Could you heal Helena?
He could attempt that.
Can he make the magic go away? The tendrils go away?
No, he couldn't do that. He could move to there, standing over one of the dead goblins. And
nice.
Heal Helena. For 19.
Beautiful.
That is all he can do.
That's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
Helena gets up with a gasp.
She was having a nightmare where if you're knocked unconscious, you only get bonus actions on your next turn.
Oh. Baldur's Gate, man. I made it to level 6.
That's the most infuriating part of the whole game to me.
It's pretty frustrating, yeah.
It was obnoxious. It works on the bad guys, though. You prone them and they lose a turn, practically. A lot of bad guys don't even have bonus actions, so you prone them and they kind of lose a turn. It's pretty effective.
Okay. Bratz stands up again, chants a quick burst of words in deep speech as he attempts to cast a spell. A point here, those of you can see light seeming to bend toward that point. Everyone within 10 feet of that, including Merlun, Millie, Anglob, the rats, and Helena, all need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. You aren't rolling great tonight.
That's an accurate statement.
Gotta crunch the numbers.
Statistically unlikely results.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see here. That'd be everyone failed their saves, so you all take 7 points of force damage, and you all are pulled toward that point.
Vortex action.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're not. You are. Everyone who failed their speed is halved. Ooh. Until the start of Brat's next turn. Brat's still sort of moving back, trying to keep low, keep the platform in between you all. Tries to move out to the middle of the floor, where there's no kind of structures immediately by him.
Mm-hmm.
And
I really miss not having low cag here.
What have I done? What have I done?
next in the order is X.
Did Brast have to make concentration checks after he got earthquaked?
If you took damage.
Yes.
Oh, on the tendrils.
Oh, he did not cast those tentacles.
Oh. Oh, it was the other guy who bailed.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, he's not currently concentrating on anything.
Okay. I will make my way down. I assume it's just difficult terrain?
Yes, but you'll start out taking some cold damage.
Alright, let's do that.
So it's 2d6 cold. Ha. Snake eyes. 2 points of cold damage for X.
Okay, and can I see this guy?
Yes, once you're standing there, yes. Yeah, that's difficult terrain, but you did that. Does that con save for your bless, or what was that?
Yep.
Okay.
Bless is going to be going away.
Okay.
No.
So yes, you can definitely see him now.
Okay. I'm going to use one of the special arrows and shoot him.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Now, how does this work? So you normally fire. It's a magical arrow that comes out of your tattoo. So how do you use these physical arrows with your magic? I just want a description. It's not like a barrier. Just curious.
So it's always been that I kind of like put the put the crossbow bolt on my arm, and the magic fires it.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's exactly a crossbow, but I've been using real bolts like since the start. It doesn't make.
Okay.
All right, let's try it.
Okay. 20 is going to hit.
Nice. Nah.
Okay, I rolled regular damage, but
4d6 additional damage, and he is going to save.
Ooh. 20.
17's good, I hear.
17 plus what was your total? 21?
It'd be 30 full damage.
How much?
Oh, shit.
34.
Nice.
Wow. Tough save.
He is starting to look hurt. his mouth, his lips, you can see through the helm, his lips like snap shut. As he is silenced. And we'll have to make a check for each spell that he attempts to cast. Basically a concentration check versus half the damage you just dealt to him.
Okay, and I used up a lot of movement, so I think... Is it possible for me to use my bonus action to stealth where I'm at, or not?
You could hide potentially from Bratz, but Englob would be able to see you.
Never mind. Difficult terrain, I had to use that movement anyway.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay. All right. Back to the chamber with Lokag, Grabjack, and the Dragon Blood Ooze, who quickly moves into position as Grabjack sort of points, as if guiding or controlling or having some affinity with these oozes. You think you may have found the one who created these Dragon Blood Oozes.
I'm gonna use my reaction to attack it as it enters my field.
Nice.
And I was already... Is Reckless Attack carrying through since I Reckless Attacked on my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to get the disadvantage, so there's no reason not to get the advantage from it.
Oh, okay. So I have... Wait. So is it just a straight roll?
No, you could... Yeah, it's reckless.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. 21.
Nice, that's a hit.
Excellent. I'll slash it with 10 damage.
Nice. In response, part of its form... Let's see here, actually. Yep, part of its form sort of stretches out to slam up against you. Be +2 to this roll, it's, but not advantage.
Yep, that hits.
The first one, which is it rolled twice. I don't know why I don't have it set to advantage. Hold on, double checking. Oh, okay, it does actually attack twice. So the first one is going to be a 15.
Okay, that
Oh
misses.
no, it has advantage because it's reckless, right? So it'll be a 20 for that
Yep.
one.
Yeah, the 20 hits.
Okay. I don't know why it says it doesn't actually have multi-attack. I don't know why it has that on there. Okay. It bludgeons and burns you with acid for a
Damn,
total
that's
of
tough.
26 damage.
I should have saved my reaction. Okay. All right.
You're still raging, so you'll take half that, right?
Yep. 13. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
As our allies are somewhat spread out, and so are our enemies. Some of them, one at least, hunkering down as debris falls, attempting to strike and strike you with his magic. Englob stands up and slashes with his glaive-like two-handed sword. Helena begins to pull herself to her feet as Millie faces the armored goblin. Clifford is kind of separated off, but is managing to shoot through the darkness, his keen hearing, targeting your enemies. And Lokag is somewhere else, fighting one of the masters, all alone. I think this is the right spot to pause for the session.
Exciting.
Back into it next week for our hopefully our exciting conclusion to this combat. Pretty intense stuff. You guys are just... I mean, you know, your brains are working on overtime. You guys, the tactics and you all's quick thinking coming through this. This is a pretty stacked fight, and it is... I just have to say, it is really fun to watch you all work, but it's also a joy to watch you all work. This is awesome. But how is this going for you guys? Helena, Pon Pon, what are your thoughts on the session, on the fight itself?
Just making sure I wasn't muted.
No, we got you. Being loud.
Well, tactically it was challenging Helena, what she does. I think I would have known a lot better what to do as a wizard in this situation. But I mean, I think for what she does, it was nice to get the ice and fire blades in there.
Yeah.
It sucked they didn't completely work, but I think the hits that did were pretty good. I'm just kind of just paranoid for having very low health right now and being trapped between all of these horrible situations. I don't know, Helena feels like she's a little cooked.
Yeah. Locator, how about you? Any thoughts for you on the scenario?
Earthquake! And I love that the tentacle came in there and saved Lokag. It's like, let's get you out of there before the earthquake starts.
They didn't know. They thought they were doing a tactical disadvantage for you guys. Trying to separate you guys off, but...
Just
that
a little
cinched
different.
it for me. That cinched it for me when he was pulled away. I'm like, okay, it's just Millie. Millie will get out of there.
Anything
my
else?
last turn, I was going to try to save Millie out of there, and Anglob took his turn, and then right as his turn ended, you were like, oh, he'll step back here by Millie, and I'm like, oh, no, come on. As Helena went down, otherwise I would have been able to yank Millie out of the room. But no, it's like you said, it's obviously a final boss combat. It's pretty intense. There's a lot going on. I don't even know what half the stuff in this room does yet, so it's pretty crazy. Hope Lokag can solo his part. Good luck, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I realized very quickly that I should have been saving my reaction for Stone's Endurance because I have all 3 of them left.
Oh.
So hopefully the next few in between rounds I'll be reacting to decreased damage dealt out.
Yeah. Any other thoughts for you on the session? On the scenario, Big Bri?
It's kind of cool that I'm one-on-one-ing a master. I'm very excited about this.
He clearly thinks he's up to the challenge.
Yeah,
We'll find
Lokag's
out.
excited.
Heck yeah. Clifford, how about you? Any thoughts, Nick, on the scenario?
I'm having fun breaking stuff. It's nice to see mostly the bad guys suffering from it and seeing the ritual. I mean, that's the main thing is we got to drop this ritual. Sorry for Millie that she got knocked around a little bit, but I'm pretty confident you'll get out of there. I hope. This is a crazy fight. I mean, there's a lot of factors going on here. The environmental stuff is nuts. So yeah, you got to think on your feet. It's a little crazy. I'm like looking through all my spells, like, what could I do? How could I do this? And you got my head spinning. So that's fun.
Awesome. Jay Finke, I know you missed the first part of the session, but how are you feeling about the scenario? I think you're muted.
Yeah, it's very interesting. As everyone said, there's a lot going on in that tiny room. Yeah, and just kind of interesting bosses with interesting abilities that I don't think we were fully in the know of what to expect there. So
yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen next time, given Millie is going to be able to stand up.
Yeah.
And attack. That's really it. I am prone with half movement, so I'll be able to stand up.
Yep. Any other, anybody else have any other tactical considerations, things you all want to bring up for y'all to mull over the next week? All right. Well, we've always got chat for that.
We've got damage spread out everywhere, so like getting
Pull back.
the wounded enemies off of the board would help reduce the amount of enemy actions. But it's hard because, like, I mean, killing the steel spider, yeah, fine, but it doesn't seem as important as trying to get the mages under control, you know. So I don't know. I feel like we've had to spread out our damage a bit too much. Maybe we should focus. I don't know which one to focus though. Probably Anglob.
He seems the toughest, the heartiest, you know. From what you all can tell, Brost is probably taking the most damage so far. The one cowering at the southern end of the chamber.
I shushed him. That's all. That's all I wanted.
You
out
shushed
of that.
Anglob, right? Yeah.
No, Braz.
Oh, that was your target. Okay, I'll have to.
Well, whichever one I could. Yeah, if I couldn't have hit.
Yeah,
Braz,
you couldn't have hit Brost. Yeah.
Okay, then Anglob.
Did
yeah.
Anglob lose the magic on his sword then?
Yes. Yes. Okay. And he'll have to make a pretty decent check to be able to do anything again. Yeah. A few other buffs were stripped off of him when he got hit by that arrow, but, you know. Yeah. So, yeah. Heck yeah. Well, gang, awesome session. I am looking forward to the next leg of this fight. Let's see. I think Merlin has one regular healing potion left. And I'll double check, but I think he's out of spells. He may have a first level left.
X still has a first, a second, and a decent amount of healing potions. So,
all right.
And 2 charges on the rod still.
Nice. Okay. All right. You guys definitely still have a really strong chance. It's going to be exciting, though. But, gang, thanks for an awesome session. This is session 47, coming into session 48 next week. And Mythlanders out there, you guys, thanks for being here with us. And, yeah, enjoying this. This is great. You guys have a good week. Take good care of yourselves. Get out there and play your story. See y'all next week. Say goodnight, Mythlanders. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm master of the ring, it's no big thing. With my weapon I swing, pain that I bring would make the bard sing. Some called me the king, but you don't have to call me that. It was the name the fans had for me, you know. You can call me Lokag, or just buy me another beer. I don't tell any lies, I'm massive in size. I think it's quite wise when my hammer flies. The naughty goblin dies, the pretty lady cries, but I can compromise. Because I'm really cool and like to do my thing. You know, you can call me Lokag, or just buy me another beer. I can dance a jig, I can laugh real big, I can snap you like twig, put you in the brig. I don't wear a wig, I do eat like a pig, though please not that fig. I'm really not a fan of those day-type fruits, you know. You can call me Lokag, or just buy me another beer. I lead the group, cause I'm the poop. If you want the scoop, I'll keep you in the loop. Be part of my troop, then I'll give you really big hugs and stuff, because I do that with people I like, you know? You can call me Lokag, or just buy me another beer. You won't see me coming, I disappear for fun. Name's Cliff, me and the shadows are one. I'm after a bounty, won't help them to run. They'll notice me when I fire my gun. My leg is stiff again today. This coffee's a bit cold for my liking. People what live in comfortable homes with pretty gardens, they just never get to see much of the world. Me, I go everywhere, get hired to run down scum for money, but also 'cause I don't like 'em much. You won't see me coming, I disappear for fun. Name's Cliff, me and the shadows are one. I'm after a bounty, won't help them to run. They'll notice me when I fire my gun. I don't usually have a posse. Group I'm with now, though, ain't so bad. There's even times when they don't shoot first. Well, better than most, I suppose.